3. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First item is approval of the board agenda.
I make a motion to approve the board agenda.
I'll second. Second.
Okay, and I will roll call. Dr. Nancy Williamson.
Aye.
Kevin Byrd. Dr. Danny Cross.
Aye.
And Dorothy Watson.
Motion carries. Approval of the consent agenda.
I make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Motion second.
And I will roll call. Dr. Danny Cross.
Aye.
Dorothy Watson. Kevin Byrd. Dr. Nancy Williamson.
Aye. Motion carries. Business before the board. Of course, this is September. We have to do the reorganization of the board. Any comments?
I make a motion to keep it as it is.
Motion to keep it as it is.
Second.
Second.
Just one moment. And I will roll call. Dr. Danny Cross.
Aye.
Dorothy Watson.
Aye.
Kevin Byrd. And Dr. Nancy Williamson.
Aye. Motion carries. Establish meeting times.
I'm open. If somebody needs it a little later, then that's fine. I'm okay with the way it is.
Yeah, I was thinking how many years it's been like that, so long as I can remember. Do I hear a motion that we keep it first
Motion.
Thursday
Second.
unless there's a conflict and we have to move it, which we will do at a meeting beforehand.
Okay, and I will roll call. Dr. Nancy Williamson.
Aye.
Dr. Danny Cross.
Aye.
Dorothy Watson. And Kevin Byrd.
Motion carries. Next item is TSBA delegate nominations. Rolls around in a hurry. I will be there. Anybody else?
Pass.
I won't, right now, I won't do that. So.
Now that's November the,
Oh, let me look.
is it the 13th and 14th?
Yeah.
I'll be there also.
So Nancy and Dorothy.
You say aye.
I was looking, I think it's the 15th, like at 1 o'clock. Like it was last year.
It's on Saturday.
Okay.
You want a first and second motion?
Yeah.
Second? I guess I don't know.
And then first motion?
I don't wear a second name myself.
I make the motion.
Oh.
And Nancy with it.
All right, then Dr. Nancy Williamson.
Aye.
Kevin Byrd. Dr. Danny Cross.
Aye.
And Dorothy Watson.
Motion carries. That is November 13th, 14th, 15th, and then Sunday morning, the 16th, if you stay. The next item is our agreement with Walden University for teacher education and University of the Commons, both of those.
I make a motion to approve these MOUs.
Motion,
A second?
second.
And I will roll call. Kevin Byrd. Dr. Danny Cross.
Aye.
Dorothy Watson.
Aye.
And Dr. Nancy Williamson.
Aye. Motion carries. The next item is a supplemental pay amendment for athletic media coverage and transportation of a 504 student to events. Do I hear a motion that we approve this supplemental pay amendment?
Is that for the bus that takes them?
Well, in the van.
It's a van. Sarah could, okay.
Yeah.
I make a motion we approve this.
Motion,
Second.
second.
And I will roll call. Dr. Nancy Williamson,
Aye.
Kevin Byrd,
Aye.
Dorothy Watson,
Aye.
and Dr. Danny Cross.
Aye.
Motion carries. The next item is another part of the ISM grant, equipment storage shed, and then from cafeteria dishwashing machine for OHS. And this is to seek bids, just to permission to seek bids. They'll be putting the notice out for bids to come in.
Is the dishwasher just wore out?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, didn't get a grant to pay for it.
We tried, but we didn't.
In the storage shed, it may not be on next month's agenda for you to accept it just because we are still working on the application and
Okay.
all that. So it might take a couple months to get it actually back to you.
That it's still within the spending time.
Absolutely.
Good, okay. Do I hear a motion that we seek bids on these two items?
I make a motion that we seek bids for these items.
Second.
Second, motion second.
Now we'll roll call. Dorothy Watson,
Aye.
Kevin Byrd,
Aye.
Dr. Nancy Williamson,
Aye.
and Dr. Danny Cross.
Motion carries. The next item is permission to surplus the greenhouse that is at the end of the football field. Probably the first one that was put up, didn't it?
I'll make that motion.
Motion.
Second.
And I will roll call. Dr. Nancy Williamson,
Aye.
Kevin Byrd,
Aye.
Dorothy Watson,
Aye.
and Dr. Danny Cross.
Motion carries. The next item is budget amendments, to general purpose funds. It's just balancing from one category to another. Do I hear a motion that we approve these budget amendments?
I make a motion to approve the budget amendments.
Second.
Motion and second.
And I will roll call. Dr. Nancy Williamson,
Aye.
Dr. Danny Cross,
Aye.
Kevin Byrd,
Aye.
and Dorothy Watson.
Aye.
Motion carries. We have two letters of resignation, Will Bishop and Jessica Schinkel. Do I hear a motion we accept these letters of resignation?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Motion and second.
And I will roll call. Kevin Byrd,
Aye.
Dorothy Watson,
Aye.
Dr. Danny Cross,
Aye.
and Dr. Nancy Williamson.
Aye. Motion carries. We have a list of fundraisers. Beta Club T-shirt sales, middle school Beta Club Krispy Kreme donut sales, high school drama club playbill ads, high school Beta Club random acts of kindness, high school Veterans Heritage Club slushy sales, high school cheer face paint, and Oneida Elementary School student government ham and goodies. Do I hear a motion that we approve these 7 fundraisers?
I make a motion to approve these 7 fundraisers.
Motion,
Dorothy Watson,
Aye.
Dr. Danny Cross,
Aye.
Dr. Nancy Williamson,
Aye.
and Kevin Byrd.
Aye.
motion carries. And then our last item is field trip request. The middle school Beta Club State Beta Convention, Nashville. And that's the week after we're there, November 23rd through November 25th. And the second one is OHS Student Government College and Career Class to Cookville, Nashville, and Murfreesboro in May. Do I hear a motion that we approve these 2 field trips?
I make a motion to approve the field trip request.
Motion,
Second.
Kevin Byrd,
Aye.
Dorothy Watson,
Aye.
Dr. Nancy Williamson,
Aye.
and Dr. Danny Cross.
Motion carries. Next is that's all the business, our director's report.
So for the month of September, I'd like to welcome our new school board student rep, Miss Isabella Moore. Congratulations. We're happy to have you, and I'll let Ms. Love talk about you in just a minute, but I just want to say from myself and the board, welcome. We're glad you're here. I also included in my report important dates, especially toward the end of the year. You all know those are important events, and so if you can go ahead and get those in your calendar. You also have some TSSAA and civil rights updates. You have your training requirements for the board. The information is in there for you to fill out. Also, we've included a social media performance from Mr. Bo Kidd. It's a very detailed report. It's in your packet. And Miss Kathy has provided you with breakfast and lunch menus. And then another thing I want to mention, just a couple updates from this past month. If you're at the elementary school, you all know the brick was crumbling. If you'll just stop by and take a look, the rock is finally finished, and I'll be honest, it looks really good. So if you're by there, just take a look. We also have a new Dodge Ram 3500 truck. So we're excited about that. If you've not had a chance to look at it, you're welcome to stop by and check it out. Included in your packet is the labor market data report as well. And then one last thing, which is great news for us. We have Miss Kathy has been working on the after-school snack program, and it will be provided at all schools this year, which is that's huge for us. We're so excited about that. So really proud of Miss Kathy and her staff for getting that across the district. For the month of September, I'd like to hire the following people: Tanya Bender, Creighton May, Kyra Slade, Carla Kidd, Kenzie Patterson, Zach Kazee, Haley News, Kenny Terry, Keisha Mason, Sarah Pemberton, Madison Chitwood, Austin Stevens, Gracie West, Talina Bolton, Eli Story, Jason Goodman, and Michelle Sexton. And that is all I have for the board.
Okay, very good. I'm glad we're getting those snacks.
Yeah,
For all
that's huge.
Yeah.
So they take them home?
And I'm not really sure how she's gonna do it. Do they take them home?
They take it back.
I just know she feeds like all of our athletes as well too, which is great
Oh,
for
no,
us.
I'm thinking about the backpack
Yeah,
program.
yeah,
These snacks
yeah.
are for after school.
Yeah, they're for after-school
They're for after
programs,
school. Yeah.
including our athletes. So all of our tutoring.
So the kids just go by and get a snack and then
Yeah.
go home and,
Well, they're.
or it's just for the kids that stay?
After school. yeah.
Okay, okay. I'm with you.
And the after-school clubs or staff that have to stay late, the kids are all in a club together
Yeah.
and they
That's
had.
Okay.
Which
Plenty
is
of snacks,
needed.
yeah.
They're-
Oh, yeah.
They're hungry at that
Yeah.
point.
Liam came home with carrots the other day, and he was really excited.
That's good.
Yeah.
How
Very
big some
good.
carrots right now?
Okay, Stacy, we'll start with you.
Sure, I'll introduce, I know she's already been introduced, but I can talk a little bit. It's easy to talk about Isabella Bullard. She is one of our strongest students academically. She has taken extra AP classes. She has an ACT score that's off the roof. She is hugely involved in band and lots of other extracurricular activities. So she is very kind and sweet. She is well liked by the student body. She was voted prom queen, right? Prom princess, excuse me. Yeah, and she's part of Mr. and Mrs. OHS, right? So, very, very popular student, and it's just because she is very kind to the people around her. So, lots of great things. We're happy to have her. We had a lot of amazing candidates that applied for this, and it was very hard to sort through that, and she's one, but I want you guys to know that we did create some opportunity. We added those candidates as student council members on student government this year because I always want, if someone is wanting to be a part of government, student government or board, that they have an opportunity to do that if they make the effort to do it. So we've added student council members. I had student council when I was in high school. So I was kind of thinking, how can I get these people involved? And I just happened to think, I was on student council. So we've added student council. So all of those great students that applied for this are now are part of that as well. So I want you to know that. This has been a crazy week. I want to explain why homecoming moved. I apologize because we had advertised it pretty, we put it out into the world that it was going to be at the next game, right? What was after Bledsoe? Anyway, but the girls soccer team was playing at the Smoky Mountain tournament, and all of the senior girls would be gone for their last football homecoming game, and I did not want them to miss out on that. And so I asked Coach May, like, what other game could we move to? And he was like, the only game I really want to do is this week, which gave us a kind of a weird week, but we're still trying to make it fun and have all the activities. But I did want to explain why we moved homecoming at the last minute. It was just so that our students could be involved in that. So we'll have our parade tomorrow. We will line up everybody at 9 o'clock and then hope to depart on time at 9:30 and use our route. We've got some great participation this year in that. So that's my favorite day of the year. I always say that, but it's the only day of the school year that we don't do any academics. It is all about the school and school spirit. And now that I'm doing student government, like, I feel like that we've really got some fun games. We're going to move that to the inside because we don't know about the weather. But
It's great for the field. The rain is great for the fields.
yeah, and I also need to let you know that we looked at the radar and it looked like rain might be coming at 9 o'clock, so we have moved homecoming to before the game since it was a late start anyway. It really doesn't change anything. But homecoming will start, like the homecoming event will happen at 7:30. So we'll do the national anthem right before that. Kevin will be probably starting his announcing, and that's why we said in the flyer that the festivities would start at 7 because that gets us, like, the warm-up and everything will go as normal. We will do that homecoming in the GAC where the football team goes back in to the locker room. That was a logistical, timeline, but we got it worked out. So I just really appreciate the people around me that are so flexible. Mr. Elliott, Coach May, I go to these people and I say, I'm really going to mess up your world for a minute. Can you help me out? And they're all like, what do you need me to do? How can I help? And Coach May's like, I'll give you this, but I'm not going any further than this. And I'm like, well, okay. So anyway, we got that all worked out. We had a girls' day at the school today. And if you don't know what that is, there's a program Stand has. And it started very simply with just a group of girls meeting and kind of discussing things that they were going through. And the Stand board is all about resources and providing resources to students. And so today we had all of the entire school go down and so that they could learn that if there's domestic violence, here's the resource for that. Here's the resource for all these different things. Stand, including, I don't know who all, I have a list of who all was there. But anyway, I can share that with you. But lots of great people come, domestic violence, sexual abuse, child abuse, mental health, foster care, drugs and alcohol, homelessness, eating disorders, youth unity, anti-racism. So that was all downstairs today, and then at the end of the day, the girls had the choice to go back, and they did gift bags for all the girls. Did you get a gift bag today? Were you there for that? No. You probably had a college class. But they did gift bags for all the girls, and I don't know if we're privy to, can we talk about the other piece of that? Okay. So,
No.
But there's some exciting stuff coming that we'll be able to share
Later.
So anyway, that was great. I love that partnership with Stand. People don't realize what a game changer that is for our school, for vaping, for drug and alcohol testing. It really is just a big piece of what we're able to do, and it's just because of that partnership. Vicki Jones, I can't say enough about her and the relationship she builds with girls. And there were several girls, I kept trying to get down there today, but I kept getting pulled into other things. But I saw lots of the girls walking back saying that was really good, or that was because I think girls don't understand that they're all kind of struggling with the same things until they get in a room and start talking about how I struggle with that too, and it just gives them a level of empathy, and they're able to build some connection, and that's hard sometimes I think with this generation is to find that connection. So super important. We did lose some instructional time doing that today, but I felt like it was worth it. I felt like it was a good week during homecoming to do that for our culture. District golf is coming up on the 15th. We've had a great golf season. I don't know if you guys are following our golf team, but they are doing really, really well. We now have a middle school golf team that is building into that. Jeff Chitwood is just remarkable with what he's been able to do. I'm gonna let them go over and practice at Centennial this year. We've never done that before, so that they get a round of golf before they go play their district tournament. So we're excited to see what they do. Last year that kind of hit a wall. They did not get to participate in that like they should have. So we're excited about that. Obviously football game, 8 o'clock on Friday. And then one last thing, I'm sorry, I know I'm taking a long time, but we have applied for I applied for this for the second year in a row. This is the T-Mobile Friday Night Lights. There is a $5,000 prize every week that's given away, and it is all about perpetuating T-Mobile so that they will give us money back for marketing for them. So that's what all this was. So we our proposal to get approved. So we are one of the schools on their website now, and so now we just have to blow up this on social media. So we're trying to get this out to the kids and get it out to the parents and the families. The more we share this and do this, we're gonna try to include some videos. Bo Kid is amazing. I wish I could tell you the numbers of our social media, but we probably have a bigger social media reach than most 5A schools. It's crazy. We hit an all-time peak with, what was it?
Baseball.
But not baseball.
Baseball, has to be baseball.
Anyway, I want him to come, and Dr. Phillips will remind me, I want him to come and talk to you about the social media reach that we have. We're trying to tie those two things together with this to get us some money. The grant I wrote is not, I was very specific in what we asked for. We're not asking for turf, we're not asking for a Jumbotron. I know those things are wonderful. What we're asking for is access to our field for people with disabilities. And I think that is so important. We need new facilities, we need new bathrooms. We have a student that plays in the band that is just not, our stadium is not accessible at all. So this is a grant about accessibility. So I'm hoping that I will be heard. So I'd like to have $1 million to put in our stadium. That'd be fun. All right, I'm done. Thanks.
Very good, thank you. Now, Selena.
All right, just a few things happening at the middle school. Just as the high school and the elementary, we've implemented the Capturing Kids' Hearts, which is what Kelly has brought in. We have student-created social contracts within all classrooms in each classroom setting. We also, during Principal's Day, created a staff and faculty social contract on how we interact with each other and our expectations, open and honest communication, kindness, grace, all of those things that are expected. Today, and I'm sure Kelly's probably informed y'all of this, but I think it went really well. We implemented the Evolved Weapons Detection System today, and our students seemed shocked at how easy it was to come into the building this morning. This week, we've also started our 5-tier program. We're calling it Tribe Time, where every student is going somewhere that meets their needs, whether it's an area of growth that they need, if it's an enrichment, if it's something of high interest. We're implementing that. We started this week, so it's kind of a work in progress, but we're still making some adjustments, but we're getting there. Next week, we're going to start our after-school clubs and activities. These are meant to kind of reach those students who aren't necessarily sports-minded, just give them something. We have art, book club, cooking club. We have an academic team, Mind in Motion, Best Buddies, student government. We also have after-school tutoring starting, so we have morning tutoring Tuesday through Friday, and then we have after-school tutoring a couple of days a week. So a student can have access either way if they're struggling in anything academically. A wonderful problem to have, but it's kind of a scheduling and logistic nightmare. This year we have 4-H coming in for our 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. We have STAND coming in for 6th and 7th grade students. And we have Gear Up for 7th and 8th grade students. So all of these people are providing resources for our students. And I think that's probably, and our homecoming, which I don't want to get confused with anything high school, but it is going to be September 25th, and it's going to be at 6:15 before the game. And those are all things middle school.
You've got a lot. We've got a lot. Okay. Elementary.
First, Miss Ashley wants to apologize for not being here tonight. She said she's being a mom, her daughter's in the fair, and she wanted to be there to support her daughter. We're thankful to get to participate in the Spirit Week with the high school and looking forward to the parade tomorrow. We're wrapping up our cookie dough sales fundraiser, and the money goes toward updating our library and the purchase of new books. On Tuesday, we had great PD sessions. Ms. Kim arranged for a group to come out and do restraint training. Lake and Reed from the state, and who's from here, came in and worked with our pre-K class. Ms. Ashley and I led curriculum deep dives with the grade level teams, and we reviewed discipline and safety protocols. We've had terrific feedback from our parents that their children have had a great first start to the school year, and we contribute that to building relationships on the front end. We spent the whole first week making sure our teachers got to know who they're teaching in their classrooms, and we think that we contribute that to the Capturing Kids' Hearts protocols that we learned. But we're off to a good start.
Sounds like it. There's a lot going on. Kim, you want to add anything?
We're getting more and more kids.
Same as usual.
With more and more needs.
Yeah.
But now everybody's off to a good start. We've had a couple of challenges, but we worked through them, so.
Very good. Isabel, would you like to say anything?
I'm very grateful and very thankful that I was selected to be here. I'm very new to this. I'd like to ask some questions about how things work.
Okay.
Is that okay? During the business before the board, are we allowed to speak during that? Is there any deliberation?
The student doesn't have a voting part in it, but after the meeting, you can ask us anything. And if you have something from the student body, that's fine. It can go in this part right here, where we have a report from people.
Okay.
And you just give it to us 10 days prior. If you'll give it to Miss Love, she has to approve it first, and then she'll pass it on to Miss Katie, and then it comes to me.
I was asking about that because I saw something I recognized because I'm also in the drama department.
Yeah.
I saw that. Grateful that's getting approved. What exactly do I need to include in like these reports? And you mind if I take notes?
You can, no, anything that, if a student comes to you, they know you're the student representative. If they have a comment
Or a
or suggestion.
You want to hear the good stuff too. If there's something good going on at school that you like, then we need to know that so that we can continue it.
Or amp it up.
Okay. All right. I think that's all I have because this is the first meeting I've
Very
been
good.
here.
You're going to enjoy it. We're glad to have you.
And if you have any questions in the meantime, you can always reach out to me too. I can kind of help you if Jenny or the board isn't available. I can always try to help you as much as I can too.
And you're right across the road.
Yeah.
from her most of the time, 'cause we see
We're watching you practice today.
We went to 6 today because of the changes to homecoming. We usually go to 5:30.
When I pulled in and saw the band practicing, I thought, oh, I know our new student board member's out there, so I'm glad you made it. Very good.
I practiced with them the other day.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
heard.
Because percussion doesn't
We
practice on
saw
Tuesdays.
that. Maybe on social media.
It
Yeah,
did.
I saw that, Sean.
My wife told me I was out of step.
I think the kids said that too, Sean.
Well, I like to
I
say
saw
we
that too.
enjoy seeing them and hearing them practice.
We do.
And they sound
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, they do.
If there's nothing else, do I hear a motion to adjourn?
Okay.
It's not hungry for everything.
Find something.
Yeah.